Listen, make sure you like this video as you are coming in. Make sure you like it. Thank you. What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New, and honey, I am back in the building. Listen, this time, honey, I'm just back to talk about how Yolanda, honey, had got fired for going live at work and how Mel should not be blamed. Melody should not be blamed. She did nothing wrong. Okay, nothing. Okay, so somebody says Alonzo, honey, and we know who Alonzo is, okay? He has a lot of different names. Has every right to sue. Both of them. Both? Who he got the right to sue? Melody? He ain't got no right to sue Melody. Melody didn't do nothing to that man. Okay? So he is obsessed, or I should say Yolanda, honey, is obsessed with her. It's not the other way around. And this is one thing I notice with crazy people. They try to make it look like you just as crazy as them. Okay? I had somebody do that to me in the past. They tried to make it look like I was obsessed with them. I was jealous of them. You have nothing that I want. Okay? So, yeah. And this person, they were just so damn obsessed with me. So, honey, if it's giving Yolanda, honey, it's giving Yolanda. Miss Robinson wouldn't lie to you. Okay? So, another person says anybody can sue doesn't mean they will win. That part right there. Another person says Yolanda is not going to win any lawsuit. Why don't you try doing lives from work and see what happens to your job? Another person says all Mel has to do is subpoena that YouTube channel. It speaks for itself, case closed. Mel also needs to attach this current lawsuit from his former employer, the same behavior. I'm sure the administration viewed his YouTube page. Also, how many times did Mel speak vile and nasty about Yolanda? Stop with the nonsense. I'm laughing because you called her Yolanda, honey. Okay? Another person says that devil needs to put his energy into mental health. For real. Pray for Yolanda, honey. Just keep her in prayer, honey. In other news, honey, there is a $48,000 lien on Scott Manor. Okay? This is pertaining to Marceau and Latifah. Child, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked, and neither should y'all be shocked, okay? So let's see what some people think about that. One person says, why can't successful millionaires pay a simple $48,000 bill? Another person says, I wonder how Tisha is going to blame the mellow meters or just Mel for this. Yeah, Mel got a black ass toe. She jealous of me and my thoughts marriage. Absolutely not. Another person says all they had to do was buy a turnkey ready home that had most of the stuff that they would have wanted, but instead they wanted to live above their means and try to act like they really got it like that when they don't. I mean, the kids are teenagers, and then in a couple of years they will be empty nesters. So what is the point of doing all of this when you're almost done raising your family if living above your means was a couple? I know that's right, child. Another person says, let's not forget they couldn't even come up with $10,000 to pay for Kiki's funeral. Millionaire my ass. Ooh, child, y'all got them though. You better call it out. Now, what is this I'm hearing about Empress Radio? People are dragging her because I guess she has made up with AL. And then people are saying she's more on AL's side when it comes to this whole lawsuit he has with Melody. What do y'all think of that? I wouldn't have made up with him. I wouldn't have. It's not about, being mad forever. It's just, honey, when people show you who they are, you gotta believe them. Ain't that what Maya Angelou said, honey? Okay. And what does the good book say? The saying, do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles, is from Matthew 7:16 in the Bible, and it is a metaphor for reconciling false prophets and leaders by their action. It highlights that good fruit, positive behavior, true discipleship doesn't come from bad trees, false teachings, hypocrisy, any more than grapes can be gathered from thorn bushes or figs from thistles. Ooh, honey, you better say it. Now, really quickly, again, what is going on with Empress Radio? Is she like crashing out, or I thought that she was like a fan of Melody's like the rest of us. No, you don't have to agree with everything that Melody says. That's not where I'm coming from. I believe I heard her say that AL is suing Melody because of the live that she did, that What's Happening had, put up on her channel. And Melody came out and just, said how she really felt about this man's character and about his behavior. Okay, because behavior reflects intentions. And all Melody did was talk about, what was going on behind the scenes. She was pretty much like warning people about him. So I'm just like, what's the problem with that? What's the problem? Because my thing is this. Melody wouldn't have did that video if you wouldn't have went to great lengths to be around her and to be within her circle. She would have never made that video at all. It wouldn't have been no reason. Child, this damn phone getting on my damn nerves. But I'm just real confused though. Like, what? Like, I know folks ain't defending Yolanda, honey. Empress Radio was also in her feelings about, I guess, True T and people, trying to help True T get her channel back. I guess she's saying that True T will say allegedly called her baby a bastard. I didn't know nothing about that. So I guess, like I said before, they had their own little beef, but child, it's just like, what is going on? I thought most of these people had squashed, their beef. Okay. That's what I thought. I thought it was done. Oh, and Empress Radio also mentioned how she doesn't feel like Melody and AL should go back and forth with each other, especially since this lawsuit is out here. Child, now, Yolanda is popping up on Empress Radio's YouTube channel. Okay, so yeah, they didn't squash their beef, but now he's popping up. Wow. Ooh. So Empress Radio says that she's not going to fight Melody's battles for her, but I thought that she was a staunch supporter of Melody. I'm not saying I would never get cool with him because I see him for who and what he is. Yolanda, honey. We'll say that. But I am a bit taken aback because Empress has always rocked with Melody. So why all of this so-called support for Yolanda all of a sudden? Make that make sense. Y'all explain that to me, please. Empress says that Yolanda never talked about her kid. Why does somebody just need to talk about your kid for them to be a bad person? I think you still could call somebody out or see that a person is a bad person without them mentioning your child. So I don't understand that. Yeah, she's and I'm talking about Empress, she's definitely like cool with Yolanda, honey, cause ooh, yeah, I noticed, he kept popping up on her channel. So it just wouldn't be me. I would see how he has treated Melody, Kiki, and the list goes on and on and on. And yeah, you wouldn't be on no live that I'm on, nothing, you know. Can you accept people's apology? Absolutely, you can, but I don't want you in my life. We're not gonna ever be cool. I do not feel like the things that Yolanda does is cool. And even on this particular live that I caught with her, Empress, there were people calling out Yolanda about how dark her channel is now. It's because we all at one point we were fans of Yolanda. We thought Yolanda was funny, entertaining, and but all this, like, you keep trying to get money out of a woman that got 4 kids. Okay, like, let it go, Elsa. She rejected you, you move on, okay? But yeah, that's sad, that's pitiful, it's pathetic, and it's through. And honey, that's all she wrote, child. Okay? Now, honey, in other news, honey, we got Miss Evelyn Lozada has taken to her social media to call out her former bestie, Jennifer Williams, honey. Jennifer Williams Gold. Because we know that she just married that man, honey, that everybody is saying that has allegedly scammed them, honey. So Evelyn says, since you want to bring up my ex, let's talk about your man's ex. She's still waiting on her child support for her 3 and 4-year-old. Your man has court in Cobb County on 6/4. He's already skipped 2 hearings. You got standards for the clothes you wear, but not for the dicks you suck. Tim Thick Thighs. Hashtag Mr. Unaliver, honey. That ain't what she said, but, we can't say that other words, honey, okay? Let's just say it's similar to Murder, Inc. We'll say that. And then she put hashtag scammers, child. Ooh, child, Evelyn is not playing, honey, with the girls. Evelyn is not playing. Okay? So Evelyn also took to her social media to say, yeah, I may have been married for a short time, but I love the stepkids God placed in my life. Where are yours? While you were out chomping on lab-made carrots, his kids, ages 3 and 4, were living in an Airbnb. You're right. We're not the same, and we never will be. You're a bum in real life, not just on TV. Hashtag basketball wives. Ooh, child. And then Evelyn also put, Jen, since you want to chomp your man's stepkids, would like to eat too. Ooh, child. Have you checked on them? Given them a bath, cooked for them, read them a bedtime story? Didn't think so. You're a bum in real life, not just on screen. And then Evelyn put, Jen, let me help you find your ex's child support case since you brought up my ex. Ooh. Oh, child, we already read that, but y'all get my drift, honey. Evelyn is out here dragging Jennifer, honey, okay? Jennifer, you better watch it. You know how Evelyn is. She like to jump on tables. She like to hit you in the head with her clutch, kind of tap you, in your head. So, child, but Evelyn didn't lie, though. He need to be out here paying for them cheering, okay, out here trying to live his best life with Jennifer, traveling everywhere, take care of your children. So if he is out here neglecting his children and they living in an Airbnb, ooh, child, what if Evelyn go and get the baby mama, honey, and bring her to the show? That would be all she wrote, honey. Oh, and Candy claps back at Tamar and Nene, specifically Tamar, though, because y'all remember Nene said she want to talk, to Candy. But Tay-Tay, honey, wasn't having it. And Candy said, honey, Tay-Tay, stop talking about me, girl, and promote your new single. I know you said that I can't sing and I sound like a billy goat. Okay, but you need to be focused on your music. Candy even encouraged, honey, the people to go out and buy Tamar's new single, child. I was like, oh, Tamar, that is bad about you because, girl, if you're working on music, we need to know about it. And you need to be louder about that than all this damn drama. So I kind of do agree with Candy on that. But Tamar still had a point to make about you, Candy, because you are passive aggressive. Okay, and you do care too much about what people think. You try to make it look like you this perfect person behind the scenes, but you be doing a little shiggity. Okay, I've been watching you for years. You competitive with the girls. So let's see what the people think about this. One person says they are using Candy's name to stay relevant. Meanwhile, if Candy doesn't sing another note, she got banknotes for life. She doesn't even have to get out of bed, and Candy is still making big money. Another person says, Candy, they just jealous. Keep up the good work. Another person says, Candy, Tamar cannot sing. Another person says, please pray for Tamar. Mental illness is on the rise. You have to be able to know when you are in need of help. And last but not least, I stumbled up on this text message from Diddy to Cassie. Okay, because y'all know the trial is still going on. And the text message reads, and this is Diddy speaking. You just left me. You're not picking up. Cassie says, I didn't just leave you. I want to be there for you, but needed to get to grandma. I need to be real with you. I know how crazy and painful this is. You compared me to Gina the other day, and you posted Kim was your soulmate. What was the 11 years all about? That hurt my feelings. Ooh, child, what do y'all think of that? I personally don't feel like this nigga had any favorites. He's a narcissist. Narcissists love triangulating. They love bringing up other women, honey, specifically that don't want them. Okay? But yeah, they love trying to make women jealous, had the women fighting over them. So that's what Diddy gives me. But let's see what the people think. One person says, everyone acts like Diddy did something to Kim. It seems like Cassie is the one who thought she was a threat. Another person says, and that's why he gave her a shout out at the BET Awards that time she didn't want to be left out. Another person says, no dates, no times, no real information. Everyone just believes what's put out there these days, I guess. Another person says, to be fair, that man was screaming from the rooftops about how Kim was the love of his life, who went away when she passed. I was confused too at the time because he was still in a relationship with Cassie. Yeah, child, this is a mess. Ooh, one person says, how can you drink pee for 11 years? Not the pee, child. But yeah, that's too much. That is too much, honey, with them freak offs, child. Just nasty, a mess. And y'all remember the girl Gina was down to the Tasha K telling her how bad Diddy was, how abusive, he was. So yeah, that man, look, he didn't love nobody. It takes a fool to learn that Diddy didn't love nobody. It takes a fool. Okay. And on that note, honey, I am out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out in the next video.